it's a really a great honor to be here to present about web application pen testing for all of you. Before I start, I just would like to know how many of you attended my previous training here? 2, 3, mashallah. Yeah. I think we had about 12 or 14, right? Before? Shafi? 12 people attended. So, anyway, I just would like to start from the basic again, so that it will be good for all of you. Objective of today's session is mainly to talk about web application, pen testing. What do you mean by pen testing? We are all curious to know, what is pen testing? Like it's like testing someone. For example, you go to the hospital and you say that, doctor, I am having some problem. What the doctor says? Go and do a lab test. Is that right? Yes. He asks you to take the blood. He asks you to run in the treadmill. You do ECG or BP. Why? You check what? You check your blood. Is there any virus, infection? You have BP, cholesterol, sugar. Is that right? Then the doctor gives you what? When the results comes, he gives you all the like your level is normal or abnormal. And then doctors give you medicine, prescription. Is that right? So, as a human, without going to the doctor, without doing a test, you will not be able to know what are the problems here. Is that right? Maybe I am getting giddiness, maybe you have vitamin D problem, vitamin C. Only if you do a test, then you will come to know. Is that right? Similarly, you are doing a lot of application in the internet. Lot of application in the internet. You are accessing e-commerce site, doing online transactions, banking, phone pay. So how do you know these applications are good, not having any virus? You understand? Like human, the application also has virus. It also has vulnerabilities. Like you have fever, headache, it also gets something called SQL injection attack. It has got cross script, side script attack. So how do we know? You understand my question? Unless you can do a test, you will not be able to know. So now, you all are going to become an IT doctor. Not medical doctors, IT doctors, application doctors. Because you have like a stethoscope to go and check whether this application is good. It's protected from hackers, people who comes and steal information, take information. All these criminals, cyber criminals, scam, you are seeing a lot of cyber scam, right? So how do you make sure the application you are using in the internet is protected from what? Attack, cyber attack, virus, worms, malwares. So what do you have to do? Pen testing. Now it's clear? Is it interesting? I didn't hear.
Yes.
All of you?
Yes.
Yes. So, it's going to be an interesting session. We'll talk about some technology, but towards the end, you will really love to see that how you are really becoming an IT doctor to test the applications. Okay. So that is all about today's session. So relax. Don't think that you are learning something new. It's going to be very fun and interesting. Okay? Very good. Any question before we start? Yeah? You happy now? Very good. Very good. So, let me just quickly introduce about myself. I am Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim. I am a CEO and co-founder of Cybersecurity. I've been working in this field for the last 25 years. I worked in Middle East, Kuwait, then Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and I've been traveling across the globe, US, UK, Italy, France, Malaysia, Singapore, and multiple countries for training, workshops, creating a lot of resources. My objective is to create 1 million cybersecurity professionals by 2030. 1 million cybersecurity. Alhamdulillah, we have already created more than 10,000 students. Now we have almost 20,000 students from 40 different countries. They learn cybersecurity from me. Alhamdulillah. Today I am very happy to share this to you, give that experience. In fact, recently I have been awarded by Birla College in Maldives, appointed as a professor by practice. So I can go and teach in universities. They are appointed by the government, by the government of Maldives for cybersecurity and digital government initiative. That happened almost 2 months back. And I have been also in Giants in Dubai. I have been the speaker in cybersecurity Malaysia, talking about AI in cybersecurity. I have been recently conducting a hackathon program along with police department to train students in cyber scam along with police to help them to handle cyber criminals. I've trained a lot of students in women, girls, in the school children in cybersecurity, and that is my experience mostly on this field. But also my company is right now in 6 countries, in US, UK, we are in Malaysia, we are in Australia, India, Dubai, where we take projects, cybersecurity projects, and use students to get practice. It's like internship, right? Sometimes you learn, but where do you want to practice? You need to have somewhere to go and do some real-time exposure. So we also give internships to the students to exposing real-time projects. That's where you can easily connect what you learn. So as I said, on this mission to create 1 million cybersecurity professionals. Today, what we are going to cover in this entire session is 3 things. These 3 things is going to be very, very important for anybody who wants to become an application doctor, IT application doctor. Any application software you develop by any department, before it rolls out to the public, what do you do? Testing, right? Normally they should do software testing. Remember whether it's working properly, is there any bug, any error code. I think most of you are from IT department, so you know application Java, C++, Python, right? How many of you work in Python? Python. 1. Java? No? Java, JavaScript. Yeah. C, C++, C, language. Okay. So, all this PHP, what about PHP? All of you? Yeah. HTML, PHP, to create a website, create a small application. The interesting part today is we have something called Python. I recommend all of you to move to Python because that is changing the entire, the way the internet works. It has got a pre-built library You can go and create application within a day. You don't have to worry about, like, I need to know all the codes now. It has got like a package. You run, you want for example user testing, you want for UI UX, you want fintech like financial application. Beautiful. So Python is the talk of the day. You go to any application, any programming, they are using Python. So I highly recommend all of you to use that, move towards that. But Java is still used, the most used. Okay? JavaScript, JavaScript, all of it. So now, you as an IT developer, application developer, you will come up with some application, website. What is the application? Have you created any application? Have you? Yes? What application? Can you tell me? You created a website. Wow. Okay. One of the college, okay. It's based on what? WordPress or WordPress? Okay. Yeah, please.
For my training, during the
Okay. Okay. Oh, you are an attack.
Yeah.
Brute force.
Moving,
Okay.
shipping, my
Shifting.
training.
Okay.
From O1 to Unit 1,
Okay.
increase that activity up.
Okay.
So we have an
Attack, separate attack. Okay. So it was developed in WordPress.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is a lot of vulnerability.
Vulnerabilities, exactly. That's what I'm going to show you, vulnerability.
Yeah.
How to scan, how to do vulnerability scanning. Anybody else create any application? Like small application for finance, HR? Have you tried anything? No. You teach students, okay. So can you tell your students have developed any application?
Yes.
Can you tell something? What application? Campus management system. Again, this is like a word, using CMS, CSS, HTML and CSS. Okay, good. Okay. Subject matter. So it's about the campus management.
Small school.
Small school. Yeah, it's good. But sir, they develop. It's good. Okay. What about you, your students?
Same business. Just small application.
Okay, small application. Reservation. E-commerce, very good. Okay. What coding do you use? Java, PHP, CSS. All of them. Anybody else? Huh? Associate. You are learning forensic. Okay. So you developed any application, software application? Any application? No. What about you? No. Okay. Good. So, you know what is application, right? You need to have that programming backside. You know, what are the three different elements? You have front end and back end. All right? You have front end and back end. And also you have something called database. You need to have like SQL, MongoDB. So database, how do you retrieve data? Most of the information is stored as a table, right? In lines. SQL format or SQL from Microsoft and MongoDB and other database Oracle. So we understand if you want to develop any application, there are thousands of applications today. Do you agree? Every day, software developers are releasing new applications. What is the best example of application? You go and check your mobile. Every day, how many applications? Mobile app. Right? Before it comes to mobile, there is a web application. They use API to connect and pull the data. There are some applications only web, some applications mobile, some both web and mobile. You agree? So every day you are seeing that a lot of applications getting list, and you are using that application for your giving your passport, maybe your national ID. You are registering your medical information. You are transacting using your bank, like your credit card, debit card, all of them. Yes, is it not? Every day you are doing online payment. Right? So, open the app, every day you do all the scan and transfer. So, and also you are using Grab for booking car, right? Ordering food panda. Which one do you use? Which is your most favorite to order online food? Grab. Grab food. So now everything is becoming, our life is becoming, more depending upon apps.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes.
But what if I tell you, all the information you are feeding in, somebody can take and use against you. You got the point? So, what is making our life easy, very comfortable? I don't have to go and do back, no, everything is coming to my home in front of them. But at the same time, our information getting shared, our private information about my name, date of birth, email, all my personal ID, PID, personal identity, share, which could be potentially used by hackers to target you, using something called social engineering attack. Social engineering attack is what? They will call you, hello madam, you are trying to order this, I am coming to deliver. I'll send you a OTP, can you tell me, to deliver it? Or can you reset your password? There are calls, spam, scammers. How will they get your name, your date of birth, your national ID? And you have visited yesterday this hospital or mall. How do they know? How do they know? Because you entered your data.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yeah, but how we want to, some of the applications have sharing the contact.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to talk about it. They ask you to share, but there is also something called Privacy Act. Malaysia has passed something called Data Protection Act, Privacy, PDPA. Right? That means anybody collects your information, if that has been revealed, you can go to the court and file a case against them in the court and ask him money, penalty. Because he has to make sure your data is now secure. Previously, everybody can take it. That means he has to do the pen testing. Previously, what happened? I go to the website, I give all my information, the guy doesn't care. What kind of programming he has done, he doesn't know. There is a security, he doesn't know. Whether it is encrypted like SSL. You remember this something called HTTPS? Yeah? HTTPS. It means secure. Connection is secure. Cryptography, they call it. Now, it is mandatory for all the websites to make sure it is encrypted and your data like your name, your email, your phone, your data birth, everything to be protected. If somebody can retrieve the data from Grab application, I can go to the court and sue Grab. How could you reveal my information? Now, who has to be very careful? Tell me or the Grab? Grab. Because the application owner is Grab. Yeah? Or Food Panda. No, that exactly. That's why they said something called privacy policy. They ask you to accept cookies. Whenever you open a website now, they ask you to accept the cookies and privacy policy. Alright? That's what. But how do you know you as a user will not be able to know? Only way to know is whether this website has passed the security testing. Okay? They have to declare it openly that we are certified, like ISO. Have you seen about ISO 27001? ISO 9001, quality certificate. What is ISO 9001? It says your organization is having a proper quality audit, quality check, QAQC. You have a policy, procedure, just to make sure that when I come and do business with you, everything through a process. I cannot bypass, right? I cannot cheat someone. I cannot, fake anyone. Because it's a system I need to follow. ISO 290. Similarly, we have something called ISO 27001. ISO, 27001. This is for IT information security audit. So they come and audit your company. Very good question, madam. What is your name? Harniya. Harniya. Okay. So, how do I know your company is secure? That means you need to do an audit by somebody saying that this company is secure. They have done 1, 2, 3 testing. Every month they do pen testing. There is a certificate. So that's why it's important now that whenever I do business, now government even forcing the companies to get ISO 27001 certificate. This certificate is given to an application owner or organization saying that entire IT system has been audited for web application pen testing. Your IT, your network, your wireless, your switches, your servers, everything is tested for security. Is it good or not? So if they show the certificate, then means you can test more. You got the point? Previously there is no way whether he is good or bad, we do not know. Now this is like a stamp. One stamp saying that when you do business, this guy follows the standard. He do web application testing every month. That means you can trust him. You got the point? Very, 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 very important. You are also asking them, right? How do I know I'm giving data? Now if you give a data and this company is not certified, audited by third party, not by us, there will be auditor coming from internet saying that they do all the tests related to your web application, wireless, security, network, servers, database. Then they tell you, okay, you have these bugs. Fix it. Fix those bugs before you release it to the production. Before you give it to the public. You got? That means they are trying to fix the problem before even you as a user access that application. Is it good or bad? It's good for you. So it means I can trust. So you understand all these things. See, before I get into the topic, I want you to kind of think real time. How important is this? It's like going to a doctor every year, doing a complete body checkup. Why? To make sure I'm feeling healthy. My blood is controlled, cholesterol is controlled, sugar I'm able to control. If there is any problem, what I do? Doctors say, don't take more sugar. Don't drink, lot of juice, sugary, all these things. Why? Because if you keep doing it, your sugar level will increase. You may have a heart attack, you may fail. Just to advise you to make sure you become healthy. That is right. So there is no wrong intention, it is to help you. Similarly, these testings are done to make sure your application is secured from all the attacks. We will talk about OWASP top 10. OWASP is the Open Web Application Security they come up with the top 10 attacks. Top 10 attacks means what is the frequently used attack in the internet? That is called top. It's like when you go to doctor. If you go, let us say, there is a rainy season. If you go to the doctor and say, doctor, I'm having a cough, he will say, no, maybe you have this virus. Because this virus is common across all the people. Yes? He will be able to easily guess. This is called like most spreading virus or disease. Similarly, in IT, every year they run this test and say, or even monthly they publish, this is the top 10 list of attack. So you make sure you are protected from this. So what we are going to do now in this session, going to talk about major three things. What is that? What is application? What is web application? I think most of you know, but I will run maybe 15-20 minutes. What is web application? Secondly, how do I test that application? Yeah? I need to use some kind of stethoscope or a lab, right? Or a treadmill to run and say, or ECG, all right? Echocardiogram, they put all this and connect to that machine to see your heart rate. Is it going like this or up and down? So you need a tester, is that right? Is that right?
Yes.
All of you agree? So what kind of testing tool you are going to use? That is called PubSub. This is the software used to test the application. Is it clear? So I'm coming from basic, what is the application, then telling you what tool you can use to test that application. Then third one I'm going to tell what is the 10 common attacks you can test it. You have a cough, this is the problem. You have a nervous problem, you have eye problem, you have bone problem, maybe 10 different problems. But how do you test and what is the test cases? I'm going to talk. So, is it clear all of you what we are going to study today? Yes?
Yes.
Raise your hands. So all of you got the point, am I right?
Yes.
Web application, testing tool, and top 10 attacks. So, can you start? All right. Great. Thank you. So what I'm going to do, the learning objective of this session, in web application basic, we will understand what a web application is. What is web application basic? The good thing is most of you know it's a very good point. So we can learn. Then web application, how do you access through URL, right? So what are the different things in the URL? And how a client and server works together. How do you access the website? You have a browser. Is that right? And the browser is your client. Maybe you can what are the examples of client browsers? Chrome, Safari, Microsoft Edge. Yes? All of them are examples for that. Yeah, browsers.
You need to cover their face also sometimes.
So all these things are very important. You need to understand. And when we talk about what is the HTTP request, when I send you in the browser type anything, actually what is the data going there? And how the server is responding back. What format. Then some of the commands. See, you are using browser, Chrome, but you can also do commands, command line. Get, put, pull. And what are the codes in the HTTP? Because sometimes you see you're accessing a site, it says 404. Have you seen that? Site forbidden, URL is not available. There is an error code comes, they will say 404. Yeah. So what is this code is all about? Then we will say how the headers works and what is the importance for security. How you should protect this communication using cryptography, encryption like SSL, secure socket layer, it's called SSL. Okay?
Secure socket.
Sorry?
Secure socket.
Layer, yeah, secure socket layer, SSL. Yeah, you know that. Yeah? It uses encryption like hashing, hash function, cryptography, coding and encoding. Yeah. So it's clear now what we are going to learn, all of you. So the web application, if you look at all of them work as a, it's across the world. Web application is working in the internet. Everybody is accessing. You use web browser and also application hosted in the server. Yeah. Both of them communicate. So consider the entire planet as a web application. Okay. The entire universe is web application because it should be available to everyone. If you type www,
Speakers.
universe here, you will type www, let us say CIMD.com. It's a bank. It should be able to access from Malaysia or from US or Australia. It should be universal, right? It should be available for everyone across the world, not only in Malaysia. And it has something called DNS, domain name server, which maintains all these domains. Okay, we'll talk. As most of you said rightly, there is two things. One is called front end, another one is called back end. So front end is mostly an application which we interact. We see the website, this is what we see. Okay, maybe it could be a video, it could be a dynamic site, static site. But there is something behind that is called back end. So front end is mostly used like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which all of you will learn about it, right? So HTML is the foundation of any application, whereas CSS is more advanced one. Means it's got a frame, like it has got a static appearance, so it can have like colors, text, layout. CSS is more of a, you can say, advanced version, you can say. So CSS websites are very fast, look very nice, compared to the basic HTML. Then also you got JavaScript. Why JavaScript?
More dynamic. More dynamic. Can create more dynamic.
Dynamic, yeah, that is the word I want to use. What is dynamic? Interactive. Interactive. When you give some input, it should throw you an output. It's not like going and seeing an article, reading it, newspaper. Newspaper is static. But you are going to a bank, entering username, password, and OTP. It's dynamic. Because based on what information you provide, it takes your specific page. Is that right? If you enter your username, password correctly, it will take you to your home page in the website. If you don't do it, it will say sorry, you are not accessed. You will not be able to access. So something is working behind it. That is called Java. Okay? JavaScript. So it is a simple set that is HTML, whereas JavaScript is more advanced, dynamic, and interactive. Yes? Then we have backend. So what you input is okay, but somebody is processing as an engine behind it, trying to take your data, process it, and give you an output. Yes, that is called backend. Mostly database unlocked. It's mostly a database. It's nothing but any information you store, modify, update, or take it out. Database. As I said, SQL, MongoDB, Oracle, all of them, example for database. It's on the back end. The network devices, software application that need to support your front end. You might be having firewalls, for example. Firewall to protect the security device. So all these things are considered as a back-end device. Okay? So you got it front end, back end, all of you? Also, I told you firewall. What is a firewall? Can anyone tell what is firewall? Is there a mix? Firewall. Yeah, it is secure. Like when I came to the UPTM in the gate, the security guard all now right. I asked, do you have a permission? Yeah. Who's that to call? Then I have to call them, I have to call something. Then they talk to him, okay, you are alone now. So firewall is like this. You are going to go to the site inside, do you have permission or not? That is called firewall. Clear now? It's like your security guard. But normally they work with IP address, based on my name. But application require a different firewall. That is called web application firewall. Write down this WAF. Not WAF. What do you mean? It is WAF. W-A-F. So what is the difference between normal firewall and web application? Web application firewall is like you can go to a hospital or clinic where a general practitioner or doctor is a MBBS is there, general doctor. Or you can go to heart specialist, who's more specialized in heart. So if you have a heart problem, where do you go? Normal clinic or to the specialized heart hospital? Where do you go? To the heart doctor, right? Who can diagnose and do angio or test all of the disease. Similarly, if you want to test web application, then you have to go to install one. Web application firewall. It knows more detail about the application. What is JavaScript? What is back-end, front-end, database? So its main focus is what? Top 10 OS attack. How it happens? How I can protect? If somebody is trying to do a SQL injection, somebody is doing a cross-site scripting, it keep monitoring that. Clear? You understand the difference? So WAF is more focused on web application. Application level security. Please note down this. WAF is used for application level security. If you don't have a WAF, the auditor will say that I cannot give you certificate. The ISO 27001 will ask you, you are running an application in the cloud. Do you have a WAF, web application firewall? How do you protect your application from attacks? Yeah? So he will definitely ask you. You don't have to, that's why I'm saying the auditor. The auditor will come and ask our audit, do you have WAF? Do the application developer or where you are hosting? If not, then you won't give you certificate. That's why, very good question. I am not a big organization, I am small. I am running my own application, right? So, how do I make sure my site is secure? Whenever you are hosting in GoDaddy, where do you host your website? AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. Now everybody is using cloud, is that right? What is the most used hosting application? GoDaddy or something else? Malaysia. Wix. W-I-X, Wix. Okay. You buy the domain name there? Okay. So let us take Wix. What you need to ask Wix, I want to host my website If you tell him, I want to host my website, he will say, okay, it is 20 ringgit per month. I'm just giving. No, I want to make sure my entire application is secure. Then he will ask you, do you want to run an anti-malware software to scan, continuously scan your application? Yes. Okay, it is now 25 ringgit. Okay, now I want to protect. Scanning is, I am infected, right? So I am going to go to the lab, scan and say what is the problem. I will remove that virus, scan it. That is what antivirus. You have Microsoft antivirus, Kaspersky, McAfee, all of them in your laptop, right? You don't use it. Very good, I see active. If you don't use any of the anti-malware software, I can, within a minute, I can get your system. I'll show you how to do it. So always use anti-malware software. Microsoft latest version has built-in, Windows Defender is called. Can you search Windows Defender, all of you Windows Defender? This is the anti-malware software, the best for Microsoft. But we need to buy the original version, not the cracked version, not Windows only. Because then, they will sell you and finally find it doesn't have the latest update. So always buy the license one. It should have a license. Wherever you buy, no matter. It should have a license for 1 year at least. Okay? You got the point? So now, I'm talking about the second part. What is that? Not the anti-malware. I scan everything, okay, but now you say, doctor, I want to make sure I don't want to get that virus. You see the difference? Are you able to understand? I'm having a virus. I'm having a flu. Okay? Doctor test and give you medicine. But I'm telling the doctor, how do I prevent from, let us say, this virus? You see the difference between these two questions? The first one is identifying your problem. What problem you have? The second question is what? Prevention, exactly. Second one is prevention. I don't want to get infected. So what should I do? Don't go in the rainy season. Go and take, swim in the open area. You are already having, cold. Don't go there because you will get a fever. That's what doctor will tell you, alright? Or when you go out, wear a raincoat, have an umbrella, put some cover in your ears. This is a protection. You agree? Similarly, you have to ask Wix or GoDaddy, can you give me a firewall to protect myself from getting attacked? I want some shield like a raincoat, like umbrella, so that I don't get burnt. Alright? You got the point? So then you will tell, okay, you want? I have a WAF. Do you want to use it? Yes. How much? Now pay me 50 ringgit per month. So based on the service you are going to use, it's going to charge you more from the hosting provider. So we have to make sure we buy the best because our intention is to protect not only our application, even the user data. So that's why WAF is important. WAF what it does, it knows all the viruses. When some virus comes, it stops before it gets inside. It's like a seal. It's like a seal. Cough, cold, flu, sugar, cholesterol, everything stops. Okay, one medicine, clean all the viruses. Purify them. Is it clear now? All of you? Very good. You will take it slow. You are not running because I know that you are all learning this first time. You take it slow by slow, you will be able to connect the dots. Okay? So, web application firewall is required. See that it helps? Prevents of danger request. If somebody is attacking your website, using something called denial of service attack. Is continuously sending request to you. The WAF will cut down the request and the request will not go to the application. It's like WAF will seal protected. That is what it will be. Okay? So, can you tell me what is the example for front end? What we saw front end? Java, CSS, HTML, all of them are front end. What is for back end? Database? WAF, right? Network devices, switches, routers, servers, infrastructure, all of them on the back end. So we go to the medical university. How many of you visited medical universities? Have you gone there? The university. You all, this is a polytechnic, right? Have you gone to the medical university? University, you have not visited. You go to the university and go to the students, the doctors, the students who are studying for MBBS, maybe mostly in fourth year. They will be in the lab. Now here you are doing lab with your program, am I right? Computers. There they will have dead bodies. Okay? Don't get scared. They will be cutting down, doing the biopsies, post-mortem. Well, in order for them to understand how this person died, due to heart attack, due to this, that, they need to know the body anatomy. Is that right? It's called human anatomy. Have you this time? Human anatomy. How the bones, how the ribs. So when I want to cut, instead of taking the muscle, I should not cut the bone. So if we know the anatomy, I will be careful what information what I should do. Is that right? Here we have anatomy for you all. Similarly, so we know how the web request works. Different components like what is head, what is toe, what is neck, what is hand, where is the heart, where is the kidney, where is all these things you need to know to become a proper doctor. Same if you want to become a web application tester, you need to know how the entire URL works. What are the different parts? So the first one is called schema. Okay, HTTP or another one is what? HTTP? Yes. HTTPS. Yes was secure. Yeah. Then here a username. Right? Then the port, which port I am going to use. So I am going to the website. This is not website, domain name. Right? Like Cisco.com, Microsoft.com, CID.com. All about the website domain name. Inside the domain name, I have something called port. What is port? Let us assume I came to Ibby. I say I came to Ibby. Okay, what is I to do? I will tell which department I want to do. Which classroom, right? So I said, my classroom is building number 3, floor number 4, classroom number 8. What is your classroom? Here. Where do you teach? Any one classroom? Remember? Name? Left 50. For you? 10. So you know your classroom. Right? Through a number. So same way when I come to the UPTM, how I identify a particular classroom, in website, we need to have something called port number. Okay? It defines which application you want to use, which department. If you use 80, it's HTTP. If you use 23, 21, 10, 23, FTP, 22, FTP, 23, 10, right? 443 is HTTPS. So each application has got something called TCP/IP port. Have you heard about TCP/IP networking? So it has got a port for each application. That is one. path. Where do you want to be? Inside that, how do you go to class 108? Go to the first floor, take the lift. This is the path. Then I'm telling the system what I want to do. You go to the classroom and identify student number 1. Identify student number 10. So you need to have a string. Query what you want to do. This is called string. Which ID? This is very specific to the particular record. The table, you have seen the table, right? SQL or Excel. Even Excel you have a table. So you say row number, right? Row number 1, 2, 3. So if you want to change a particular database in row number 10, which one you use here? ID equal to what? Can you see that? All of you? I want to change a particular row number 10, and change the username. I have to give ID number 10. Okay? This is a string I am trying to query from the database. I have thousands of data, thousands of rows and columns. Alright? That's called form. You know, SQL, learn about it. So it's a sequence query language. It's called fix the data. This is the idea. Then, here I'm going to tell what is the task I'm going to do. So imagine now, with a single URL, like you go to any site, go and click, it comes very big, alright? Such, any of your site open, it comes very big, lengthy. It's not just www, kptm or uptm.com, it's more than that. You see this? User. You see that? So it's also tool.com, search, every search function, ID of this code. So many things. That is called the path. See, this is your tool.com is your domain. This is the path. And it is the ID task. So any URL has got so many functions. Is it clear, all of you? Very good. Scheme issues that I talked about it. Domain, path, fragment. Now let us get into HTTPS messages. Okay? HTTP messages. So what is HTTP message? There are two major things. One is called request and response. Okay? You know what is HTTP, right? Hypertext language. So there are two things. One is called request and response. So request is sent by whom? By you, user. Response is from whom? From the server. This is called client-server architecture. Client-server architecture. So it comes, you say that HTTP content, you are putting the URL, telling you what is the post, is the command. You send the request, it is going to give you all the content. You say login successful. So we are seeing the back side what is happening. In the URL you don't get it. You don't see anything. Just click the button, it gets inside. But this is the actual message. Okay? Response. So you have a start line, headers, empty line, body, and it's very important to understand the HTTP because that's where the data is there. That's where you're sending the data. Somebody said I have unlimited HTTP application using HTML. Can you tell what is this? Anyone explain? Who can explain? No. This you know, right?
Yes.
What is this?
Yes.
Is it the request or response? Get request. Get. Right. So I'm sending the get request, and path. Path is where I'm going to log in. And what is the version? HTTP version 1, 2. That is Then I'm going to tell you, this is the header. What is in the header? The host name should be there. What is the host? Domain name. Which domain you want to access. And user. Browser data, Mozilla, Chrome. Yeah. And then language. You want in English or Malay, Bahasa Malay, you want Chinese, Mandarin, everything you can select. Then connection type people like, and it says it's HTTP values. So this is the get command. So it's method get. Also you can use something called post. You can also say something called put. Delete means you remove the data. Patch, update it. Head, it looks like retrieving the address. Option, trace, connect. So there are so many commands. You can learn it. I'm just giving an example. Okay? How many HTTP versions we have? So many versions. Started in 1991, till now it's getting evolved. Alright? Okay, search Google and check what is the latest version of HTTP. Three, 2022. Twenty-five? 21, huh? So that's what you're seeing here. HTTP 3, right? Latest one. So this is the latest one. New protocol they are using to become more secure. So it is more secure. That's why now it is very easy for me to tell you, please upgrade your application. Why? Because you are using older version. So you should use the latest version. HTTP 3. Why? Because it's more secure, it's quick, they fix most of the bugs inside. So we are using it. HTTP 1.1, 2. Is it good or bad? It's okay, but it is more exposed, vulnerabilities. Yeah, thank you. So you need to always, use the latest version. If you go to your mobile, see your updates, software updates. If you see that more than 10, 15 updates are available, if you're not updating, those softwares are vulnerable for hackers. So every day you have to enable auto-update. Why they are releasing? Because there are new features, or maybe there is a bug, or cyber vulnerability. So you need to update. Otherwise, your mobile can be hacked. So vulnerability is mostly misused by the hackers because we are using the obsolete version or older version. Always get into the latest. Not latest mobile, latest software. Okay? So this is the header. It looks like what you have, host, user agent, all of them. I told you that you'll be having all the cookies. What is cookies, sir? Can anyone tell what is cookies? Not the cookies you eat. Yeah? Yeah, right. So what is cookies? Which cookie you like? Chocolate? So whenever you connect with the website, the server asks you some information, right? Who are you? What is your username password? Do you have privilege to access the data? It takes that information and store it. It's like you are going to Gmail and entering your username password. You open your Gmail. Now you want to go to your Drive, Google Drive. You are going to drive.google.com. Does it ask you again your username password? You understand my question? You log in with your Gmail now. You are seeing your email. Now you are opening another tab and saying drive.google.com where your folders, files, PPTs, all your data is stored. Yeah? But when you open another tab, drive.google.com, my question, do you again log in with your username password or it automatically goes to your drive?
Also the verification.
No. Does it ask you? Try. Gmail. Log in. Yeah, try. Go to your Gmail browser. Yeah. Already Gmail, right? Go to another browser. Drive. Already down. This is what I'm saying. Down. Drive. Yeah. So you are accessing. You are accessing no password, right? Huh? Anybody can hack your drive. Huh? Background. Drive does do See, you are able to see all your files. Yeah? Tell you? You are able to see your file. It's not asking your username password. You are now accessing a different application. Right? Gmail, mail is mail. Drive is folder. File is folder. Why it's not asking? How? Because you had a chocolate cookie. You gave it. Yeah, you log out, you are logging. I'm saying, what should log in? It's smart. Once you log out, you are obviously logging. So, why it happened? Because there is something called cookies. The web application knows, does that mean at this point of time, logged in using Chrome browser with this IP address of this PC from this port number, and this is session ID is this. It shows. So from the same IP address, same browser, same window is coming another request. I know that it's the same guy. Yes? But if you log in from another browser, now let me give another example. Okay, let me tell you. So it knows you're coming from the same browser, same IP address, same person. It allows you. Yes, it doesn't ask you. But now, open and say incognito mode. Click and go there. Somebody would know, go something called incognito mode. Go to browser, no, say browser. Here's something like here. New incognito window. Go to the settings or the three dots on the browser. Open new incognito window. No new incognito window. Three dots on the incognito. Yeah. Now you type drive.google.com. Yeah. But here, is it the same one? Yeah. Are you signing? Yeah. It's asking you to sign in. Yeah. It's asking you to sign in?
Yes.
Why? Why? Same browser, same PC, same you. You gave the same chocolate cookie. But why is not allowing you? Why? No incognito. No, right? This is not allowing. Because, maybe for you allowing, maybe you log in the window. So differentiate you are coming from the same browser or a different browser. Okay? Same browser means it's the same Chrome. But incognito means it creates a new session. It clears all the cookies. Or you have to go and delete your cookies, log in, will ask you username. You go to the settings, there is something called delete cookies.
Once again.
You go to the same browser, there is something called delete cookies. Settings. Means all the cookies will be deleted. If you log in, it will ask you again username password. You got my point? So cookies are something important for what? Maintaining your session information. So it's not asking your username password. Is it clear, all of you? Please understand this is very important. All of you? It's clear? So now, for me, if I have to hack your website, your drive, one drive I want to hack your website, your one drive. Should I have to know your username password? Tell me. Should I need to know you? I want to hack your drive. Take all your credit card information. Steal your money from your bank. Should I need to know your username password? Why? So hackers, they capture the cookies and take the cookies, put them in their browser and log into the server. The server thinking, oh, Muzammil, welcome again. But there is something. He is trying to act as if a Muzammil. Forgery, we call it as forgery. Fake IDs. You understand now? So there is one of the attack we will see later. So why we are learning this cookie is dead code? Because this could be used by hackers. You need to enable some settings in the cookies that you will not be able to copy or it will ask you more of a timestamp. Okay? Good? So I'm trying to not just teach this as a command, connecting with you. What is the problem? How real hacking happens. You got the point? That is how we are trying to differentiate. Okay? So that you get interested. Because any command, you do not know what is happening behind. So you see here, you are included form included. It's saying the triad mean user agent, applicant content type, length, all this information in the response. Data again, post. Then like you use put, post, delete, you can also use something called JSON. Have you heard about JSON? We know Johnson, but JSON is again the application based on Java. Okay, it's called JavaScript Object Process Section. This is used to transfer data. Alright, so pair like multiple spread JavaScript. So this is called JSON format. Name, age, country. You see this? It's nice and easy to understand. Yes, name, colon, your name, country, age. So it's more of a structured language. Yes? Java is a more structured language, right? JavaScript. So he is using JavaScript inside the HTTP request. So that you have more dynamic values, you can get more data. You can play with it. It will become dynamic. We saw what is the advantage of JavaScript? What is the advantage of JavaScript? Dynamic. Yes? So they use JavaScript inside HTML. JSON becomes more dynamic. You got it? XML. Another format. Alright? This is another example of closing. So, you are accessing, we welcome our new student, the most, youngest in the classroom. Welcome, sir. So, have you seen this? It's like a, job card price coming in the website, right? These numbers 200, 500, 404. What is this? It looks like a job card price for you. When you go to some site, they say, you want 200, okay. Yeah. Okay. Page not available. Not available. Very good. So this is called HTTP, response code. For the server, wrong path. Type it is not available. So 200 is okay. So you need to understand, based on the code, it is going to reply to you. When you send a request, it has to reply. I can't send a big message, rather I will send only a code. Okay? When I send the code, server sends you the code, your database knows what this code means. Your client, it says that the website is not available. Yeah? Okay? So this is called responses. So yes, anything for information response and successful means 200 to 299. If it is redirected, which you are going to a site, it is taking you to a different site. You are typing, let us say, cimp.com. When you click, it goes to, let us say, iambank.com. Different site. It's called redirect. Okay? It also can happen. It's called website redirect. And server error. So, 500 is related to server error. Yeah? So, this is the code. Client side error means 400. 400 to 490. So, there is a big database, like a reference code. Each number refers to an error. So, these are the common things. Continue, OK, 301, this is moved, 404, not found, 500, server error. Whenever you go to site, if you find it, that means this is related to some of the either server or client issues. Okay. Now, why this is what? In software application programming, we tell not to display this outside. Why? Because hacker can use and find out what is your problem. It's good to tell, but sometimes if you expose all your bar error code in programming, I will know what are the problem you have. It's like showing my test report of doctor, medical report to everyone. What can happen? They will know that you are a heart patient. You are having a sugar. So they can misuse you. Is that right? If somebody's bad guy takes that report, it will be against you. So why should I reveal my problems to someone who is not, of my interest? I shouldn't reveal. If it goes to hacker's hand, he knows all the problem he will directly attack. It doesn't have to even scan you. Yeah.
When you say that you
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So this code is used to tell server is running, it's okay. But I'm saying in addition to that, there are a lot of error messages. It's a general information, nobody can do it. Server not available, nobody can do anything, right? But there is a code called your database is wrong. You are using SQL database. Okay? It says the code is saying your database is SQL. So why should I reveal I am using a SQL server to the hackers? You got the point? I'm not saying all the codes. Certain codes you need to hide. I will talk about it later. Okay? But this is good. This tell the client server is not able to wrong request. So, but I'm saying in terms of programming, you need to be very careful not to reveal all the codes outside. Everything. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But don't give him, this user XYZ is not available. Okay? That means you know that this user is already exists. Maybe his password is wrong. So you will do something called brute force attack. You tell that user X password is wrong means he will take the username, start doing a brute force attack, guessing the password. So this will see in that conversation. So you understand the error message? All of you? Clear? See here it is going to be in the header. Response score like 200 means 5. Exactly. So then also you can set something called, you can set cookies. You can set the cookies by yourself. See here you can set cookies, session ID. What is the session ID? Each connection you make to the server, there is something called session. Okay? If I connect 10 requests, each request is separate session. Is that right? I am going to, for example, you are going to bbc.com, you are going to google.com, you are going to microsoft.com. How do I know when the request comes, it should go to the correct browser? Your same IP address, right? You are giving 10 websites simultaneously you are opening. You got my question? You are from the same browser, you are browsing 10 different sites, domain. So how does the server knows which browser it has to come? That is called session ID. Session, which session? Session. Here. If there is already established session with the server, when the reply comes, it comes to the same session. That's why your browser can differentiate which is Microsoft, which is Google, which is Amazon, everything is 19. Set cookies. Yeah. And also cache control. What is cache? Not cache. This is cache. Temporary memory. So in your browser there is a cache. Can you go and check the settings? Cache settings. Settings down. Oh, this setting down. So there is something called cache cookies, privacy, security. Direct browsing data, private guide, third party cookies. Can you see that? Yeah? Third party cookies. Setting privacy and security. Privacy and security. That means each browser stores all your transaction locally in the cookies, the cache. You can see that? So if you clear the browser data, if you log in, you have to log in again and use the browser. So how do I create a new request? Yeah, that's what you don't do it. Because you are lazy enough to But for me as a hacker, you make my life easy. I come, I go to the cookies, take them, thank you very much. Okay? So that is how it goes. Cache is where you store all the data in the browser. Okay? That's it. So there is something called the response. Response also you can have like CSP, HSP. It's a different format. HTTP, what is JavaScript, what is CSS, what is header, what are the different type of server response, what is cookies, session IDs, what is XML or JSON, what is get, put, delete, all those commands. So where the information is stored, I think you got the basic foundation. So now we are going to jump in to use the tool. Now I know the anatomy of the URL. We talked about it. Anatomy, like human body, anatomy of the URL. Now I'm going to use the tool, tell you how to use the tool to go and cache the cookies, steal the cookie, take the same session ID, or change the URL. I'm going to teach you. Are you ready? You want to have 10 minutes break? 10 minutes break? 10 minutes? 10 minutes break? Then I'll show you what we are going to do so you get excited about this. The next session is going to be PERP. So what is that? It is one of the most world famous application security testing tool. If you know, you are like a doctor now, IT doctor. You are going to go from this classroom with a stethoscope, all of you. Okay? Go and start testing, touching everybody's heart. We have a lot of patience here. Don't worry. So this tool is called web application testing tool. What I want to teach you here is interesting. See it? Looks nice. Graphs, widgets. So when you use this tool, this tool is used to what? Sir, talking too many things, HTTP, code. How do I remember? Alright, 200, 400, 300. It's very difficult. So I created a tool that does everything for me. I don't even know the programming. No, I don't have to do that. So that is why this software tester's life is easy. Why? Because it doesn't have to code anything. The tool is available, just run it. So you need to use the tool to say start, test. You remember this ECG when you go to the doctor? Okay? You have the technician, lab technician, he puts all these connecting points in our body and go and test it. Does it know medicine in detail? It doesn't know. It just connect and switch on the ECG, that's it. He knows how to use the manual. He has a manual. How to operate the ECG or how to operate the X-ray. Is that right? Doesn't have to know what does this mean, or it is not. So like this, we have a tool. You can just click. It's going to tell what is your problem. And it tells all the problems, say high, medium, low. But you don't know what it is. Say severe is high. What does it mean? So you call the doctor. Now the doctor comes and checks, oh yeah, you have high blood pressure, cholesterol. The doctor is the one who has diagnosed it, not the lab technician. Is that right? So the tester's job is to just make sure you test and give the result. And somebody comes and tells why this is high, what you should do, how to remediate, how to mitigate the problem. That is what doctor does. That's what the pen tester does. They do the testing and give them recommendation. How you can fix the problem. Is it clear? So we are going to use this tool, very interesting. But before that we have what? Tea, coffee? No. This is fasting. So 10 minutes silent fasting. Right. Okay, let us start. Now we are going to get into an interesting tool. Okay? It's going to be interesting, right? We understood the anatomy of the site. Now we are going to use the tool so and diagnostics, what is the problem inside. The tool is going to work like a proxy. What is proxy? What is proxy? You don't do proxy in the classroom. We used to do. Yeah? Instead of my friend, I give attendance. Yeah? Not writing the exam, but at least give attendance in the classroom. So proxy, this works in a proxy means it takes between the client and server. There is a communication, it sits in between, take the request and send it to the server. So let us talk about what is proxy. So we will talk about the introduction about this tool, and it is inside, it is like a package, it's a platform. Inside that you can do various testing. We will also talk about it and how to install, navigate, all of them. So we don't have time for installation. What we will do, after this training, we will send you the link to download, okay? So if you want to install your laptop, you can do it. But this is, it will take like 1 hour to install. Maybe 5 minutes to run. So PubSuite is a Java-based framework. It is mainly used to conduct web application security testing. That is an objective. And also it is becoming more accepted by the industry. If you go to any testers or auditor, they will ask, do you have a PubSuite? If you give a result from that, they accept it. It's like you're going to the hospital and tell, if you have this test done by this lab, they will say it's standard, right? Like a benchmark. To make sure that you are using from the standard labs and the companies. The product is like they're using Siemens product in medical industry. They consider you as the best Siemens product in medical industry. Similarly, this tool become an industry standard. If you are giving the report using this tool, the auditor accepts. You got the point? All of you? So this is very important. You're using very standard tool. So, if what is the intercept request means whenever there is a communication happening between me and you, somebody comes in between and see what I'm talking. I'm listening. Then all of a sudden, instead of Ibrahim talking to you, he's changed my words and said to you with the same session ID, with the same ID. So what you will do? It's coming from me. Right? So Bugs would sit in between, act like a hacker. Take the information from the client, modify it, send it to the server. So that it knows whether the server is accepting such kind of fake information. How do you test it? You have to act like a hacker. Am I right? So it intercepts the data. That is very important. So, can you see this now? This is your server, this is your client. What is PubSuite? Between the communication, it intercepts and send it to your browser. Here you can change the values. You can capture the cookies. I don't have to come to your browser to take the cookie. You are thinking, you didn't ask the question. When I told you, I can come to your browser, take the cookies, am I right? But how do I come to your browser? I cannot. Rather, I could use some tools who can listen to the network communication. Okay? They act as a skipper. Gossiping, yeah? Eavesdropping, very good. Listening, okay. And also, they can change the data. The modify, change, or improve. So now it's clear what bug suit is going to do. So why it has to do? Because if I want to test the server, I need to understand what are the ways I can fool the server, or I can deceive the server. So it's like I told you, when we both are communicating, you are coming in between, trying to listen, and after some time you see believes I am talking, but when you are talking, you change the data, you change the voice. So she still believes that I am teaching the class, but there is a AI in the classroom, ghost in the classroom who is talking. So that is what Bugsoul is doing. Clear all of it because I'm going to use the commands and tell you. So if you use professional version, there is something called vulnerability scanner. It runs automatic scanning there. How many people sitting in the classroom? I have to scan first. And how many males, how many females? What is their age group? Are they know? Do they know? Java? Do they know C++? So I need to do the survey before I start the class. Did I ask you the question? Are you from IT? Do you know programming or develop any application? Is it not? Because if I'm going to talk about web application, for people who doesn't even know coding, doesn't even know what is application, does it make sense? Is that right? But you all know what is application. So it's like scanning first, understanding what is your knowledge level, like doing a survey. So it does the scanning first. And also it can do a lot of attacks. Based on your problem, I can inject a virus to you. If I know that you have heart problem, I will give a very hard news for you so that you die. Surprise news. Heart pressure cannot take it. So, you first scan, understand what is your problem, then use that problem to attack. Clear? That is the second thing. Attacking, creating a lot of attacks. Third most important thing is can generate reports. What was his problem? What did he do? Why he died? Why he exposed the data? The report has to be there. Without the report, I cannot go to the court or go to the auditor to tell him that he has this problem. Like doctor report. So all three things are done in this tool. Do you like this tool? You remember? Scanning you, doing a testing, creating a report. Everything in this tool. Give any application, it does. It makes your life easier, right? You know, it's like you are going to a multi-specialty hospital. The hospital has a doctor, it has got a lab, it can also put you in ICU if it required. They can also give you treatment. It's not like you're going to general practice and he says, okay, go to the lab, take a test, come tomorrow. But here everything is simple, one package. So all these things are very, very important. So this is how it looks like. You do a scanning, it's going to say how many issues you have high, medium, low. So it also categorizes your problem based on the severity. I tell you, you are in a very critical condition. When I see your cholesterol is high and you have a high sugar, both are dangerous combinations. Is that? Yeah. Your BP is high, cholesterol is high, sugar is high. I'll tell you, no, get admitted in the ICU. Everything is high. So I detect based on the problems you have, the severity, the risk you have. Okay? So it does an automatic classification of different risks and what type of problem you have, what is the timeline. All these things it gives in a graph as a dashboard. You like dashboard, right? Most of us like to see a dashboard, nice chart. charts. Good. The good news, it has also got something called free version. Community edition means you all can download without paying any money. This tool you all can download without paying any money. Alright? So already started downloading the course to them, right? So what is that benefit? In the community version, it's like collaboration with so many people. But if you want to do enterprise, you need to pay money. Okay? You need to pay money and pay. So you download this one. What has got three modes? One is called proxy according. Proxy means it looks sit in between. Repeater. Repeater means whatever I do, it repeats. Whatever I do, it repeats the same. Then individual. Individual is to like somebody coming in between. Yeah? So all these versions are available. So individual is mainly used something called denial of service attack, DDoS attack. What is DDoS? What's your mobile? Okay. What is DDoS? Have you heard about DDoS attack? In the internet, can you all search what is DDoS attack? Search in the Google, the most recent DDoS attack. Check. Recent DDoS, DDoS. Most famous, biggest DDoS attack. DDoS, yeah. Which side? X is what? Twitter. X is Twitter. X. The previous Twitter is called now X. So recently, Twitter has got a DDoS attack. Yeah? So what is DDoS attack? What does it mean by it? What do you mean by? So you see Elon Musk picture. Massive attack on X. So what is DDoS? Keep going to ask questions. Very bad mistake. DDoS attack. Imagine you are a small application running. I can use a tool to attack it, right? But company like Facebook, billions of users are using, right? X, Twitter, billions of users are using. So can I go and attack it easily? No. I cannot, because it's all protected. They have a firewall, they have everything is in place. Right? Very difficult to attack. I cannot go and do a history injection. I cannot send a virus and say no. However, I can do it because it's a big site. Facebook, Twitter, Cisco, big giants. They have all the security tools. So what I can do, but I can still make you down. So how does the website work? Somebody has to send the request, I need to reply. Okay? Imagine I can take per minute 1,000 requests. That is my capacity. Okay? I'm not giving any virus to me. 1,000 requests per minute. That's my capacity. There is a capacity, right? You cannot keep talking to everybody. So what if I send 10,000 requests to you? What will happen? You got my point? Like it's like you are asking questions, he is asking questions, everybody is asking questions. What will happen? You become mad. I'll say, please leave me. These students are very nasty. Okay? Everybody is asking questions. At the same time, I'm not able to understand. I crash. Is that right? I crash because I don't have the capacity to reply all of you at the same time. Is it clear? That is called denial of service attack. I am providing some service. I send too many requests. the server becomes down because of overload. You remember sometime in Amazon, they had a midnight sales offer. Okay? 12 o'clock, come this, you have 50% discount. So all of you are wake up till 12 o'clock in front of the computer, ready to press the button. You put all your credit card information, you're just waiting for press. When 12 comes, everybody press. The server is down. Why? At the same time, it will press millions of requests. That is called DDoS attack. So, if I can generate that request using a tool, sending so many requests, the server will become. That's what happened to what? X. Can you see that? It's a real time case study. Yeah? So, somebody says, Twitter is down. Why? DDoS attack. So, we can create similar attack using this tool. Not to Twitter, maybe small site. So, you are ready to do it KPTO? Are you with me? Is it? Yes? Right now, don't know. See, we did something called hackathon program. One of the music. I'm just sharing some story. Recently in Trichy, Jammu. There was 150 universities came there. There was like almost 60 teams, like 100 students. 6 hours they have to sit and do web application hacking. That is the lab here. So the event was conducted and over. We gave first prize like 5,000 ringgit, 3,000 ringgit, 2,000 ringgit, 3 prizes. All of them we left the university. Okay? Listen to this. Very important, nice story. For KPT, PPT, After 1 week, the principal calls our team and says that, you know, there's a problem in your ERP system. Somebody had. They only happened last 2 weeks back and after. They called our team. What did they do? In the ERP system, somebody had and made the attendance for all the students 100%. But he did. He went to the system database and he changed the attendance, full attendance for everyone. He is very generous. Change. Database, he had to change.
Oh, but change.
Yeah. And the interesting part is he was telling Instagram, if anybody wants to change your attendance, pay me $100. 100 ringgit. Give me, I'll make you 100% attendance. He openly sent it in the Instagram. He created a fake account, sent it to the principal, tomorrow we have to announce. And everybody is having 100% attendance. It's like all pass. He did the SQL injection attack. We are going to teach that. You know, you can go and change the database. The first thing they came to us, your system is weak. You are conducting a hackathon program and you are very vulnerable in application inside your campus. Student will experiment. So you have to be, before you conduct, you have to be very strong. Don't create a loophole and say that I am doing a cybersecurity hackathon. First thing you will be hacking. And within 4 hours we found who's the students. Almost 3 of them they were done. And they give like notice for disciplinary action. So we have tools to direct also. If somebody does, we can use our forensic. We talk the separate subject called digital forensic to understand who did this and how does it. So the interview that is working for it does that. Okay. So you can install also if you want to install in your laptop or interested. Later on you can do it. I'll send this slide to the team. So you can go and download CalNext. If you do CalNext, it comes by default, built-in. Okay, inside. Or then you can download, you put the port sticker and it's the string ready. You can download the community edition and install it. Maybe you want to use it in Mac, Windows, Linux, you can use it. Okay? But please download it. It's one of the most interesting tools for web application. If you know the tool, you will get a job. I'm telling you, students, not for you. Don't quit your job. So that much is known in the industry. So you have to run all this schematic, Linux, Windows, Macs, Mac. So there's something called community version. You have been signed on to do the administration. So this is the dashboard. See? Look at this. Right? So what is the task you are going to do? You can create so many tasks. I want to do SQL injection attack. I want to do the testing for KPTM. I want to test for Mara group. I want to test for UPTM. I want to do it for CIB.com. So different projects. You can create multiple projects inside the tool. Okay? You can create multiple projects inside the tool. Now each project is for a particular website or application. Okay? So you can run as many as projects. Then you can start it, you can say that I start capturing the logs and I'll tell you the issues, what are the issues like. See, it is like scanning, doing an attack. You don't do anything, you say put the IP address of particular URL and then start that scan. It's going to scan and tell you what are the problems you have. You see this? It's like giving you a blood in the lab, they go all the tests and give you the just give you the, like 10 or 50 ml of your blood. So you have task, event log, issue activity, and also advising. Means it also tells you this problem is there. It's like description of the doctor. If you have this problem, take this medicine. The tool tells you have a SQL injection problem in your database. Stop this. How to fix it? Update to the latest version or block this code. So it also gives you a recommendation. Is it good, bad? Good, right? It acts like a hacker and also as a doctor. It creates a problem, find the problem, also give you solution to fix it. That is the beauty of this. And very simple. Then so this is the dashboard. It looks like you can create report, detailed report. Each application, what is the problem, how does it work, all of it you can do. Navigation. See here, this is the main menu. Yeah, like dashboard. Dashboard is the front page. Proxy. If you want to use the proxy, go to proxy. Include repeat. Do you remember I told you you can work in 3 modes? Alright? Proxy, includer, repeater. So if you want to do DDoS attack, which mode you use? DDoS. Includer. Includer. If you want to do DDoS attack, go to the includer mode and spray so many requests to the clients. Okay? So based on the attack, you can select modes. Sequencer, decoder, comparer, logger, extender, so many things inside. This is called submenus. Windows, what you want to do. There are commands that go inside. You can do global stuff like projects, you can create multiple projects. So you can create saying that, okay, when do I call something as a project? When do I call something as a project? I want to call something as a project when there is a multiple task, when there is a timeline, and there are resources. Is that right? I'm saying that I want to do, this construction of the building in 3 years with the budget of 10 million a year, with 100 resources. It's the project. It's a start date, end date. And what is the scope? It's to build a mall or build a university. Scope has to be defined. Similarly, you create a scope inside. What is your scope? Which application you want to test? It's called scoping. So the most important thing in pen testing, first thing we ask you scope. What is the scope of the project? You tell, I want to test the web application tool. This is the URL. So you have to tell, without the scope, I cannot do anything. That is the basic question. When you are doing the pen testing, you should ask the client, what is the scope of the project? Scope could be URL, application, APIs, all. So that is something which you enter here. Then you can go and set the proxy. You have set the proxy in your browser, you have indicated, right? In your browser, there is an option to set your proxy. Can you check in your Google Chrome? Allow it. Proxy setting. Search in the Google setting. You install. MashaAllah. See, is already installed in the laptop. She is working real time. Very fast. So she will take the class now. This is a reward or punishment, remember. So you can download. You can download PubSuit. Yeah? Yeah, PubSuit, she downloaded. You can also download. It's available. So you can go to the proxy setting in your browser and tell the IP address of the PubSuit. So you can go there and you can take the data. Here, data system application developer PubSuit inside. So PubSuit, this tool sits in between as a proxy, collect information. Okay, and on behalf of me, it's sent to the server where I want to hack, where I want to do the testing. Okay. So please remember this picture, very, very important. So what is going to intercept the request? Taking control of the request, capture all the communication. For example, if you are typing your password, if it is not encrypted, this tool can capture that. You are telling that www.facebook.com, your username is XYZ, password is ABC. If it is capturing, it will show all the data you have. So capture it one. See here. What's happening here? It's intercepting the data. When you say intercept is on, any request, any communication going through the proxy, it will capture it and display it. Can you see this is the HTTPS request? Do you remember? We saw them, right? Host, user agent, accept, create request, all of them here. So it's an HTTP communication, HTML. So it's capturing what you're sending to Facebook, displaying in the screen. Do you like that? We don't like it, right? We don't want our data to be intercepted by someone and take our confidential information. What do you do that? Go to proxy setting, do all this. So this is the proxy setting. This is on. Then we also have logs and histories. So you can also do some of the match like and or. If it is coming from A, B, C, do it. You can create like a logic, program logic. So this is called proxy. The proxy name is called what? You install your PC and use that as a proxy. And then go and add the configuration for that. PubSuit, this is the IP address of the PubSuit. Port number is 88. So once you configure the proxy, all the communication, you are opening your browser, it is going to go through the proxy. You need to configure the proxy, then it takes. So let us see one lab, quickly lab. I'm going to show you on small lab how I can set up the proxy. Can you all watch? It's a lab, I recorded video. So I'm going to set up this Foxy proxy in your browser. I download and enable that. Okay. And then I go to that proxy interface now off. Can you see this? It's off. So I will make I'm going to make the setting here. Yes, I'm browsing now, some site. So this browsing information should come in. In my laptop, I'm browsing some site, I'm capturing using the proxy. Okay. So whenever I click, it changes. You see here, document is working. When I click this, it's all doing, capturing all this information to the website, to the proxy. So you keep building the database, intercepting the data. Submit ticket. So this you see, it changes the page. You see that? Real time. So if you now enter the username password, that's coming. If you enter the username password, then also it will be captured in the proxy. Can you see that? You entered something like this. This is a track what I tried to do. So using this tool, you can monitor what a user is doing in his browser. I don't have to come to your browser to see you are browsing Facebook, Twitter, and website. I can use this. Yeah, proxy. Yeah, proxy. Okay. Is it clear? Yeah, so far? All of you? See here, now I'm getting so much information about it. So if you go to description, so it says the issue, I want to see what is the issue. Vulnerability Java. So it says vulnerability Java. So it also tells you the problem and solution. So this is how you use the proxy. So there is also browser where you can also open a browser inside the pursuit. So I told you have to do the scoping. What is the scope of the project and whom do you want to target? Which website you want to test it? So you need to identify. You see that? Scope. This is the website address. So you have to tell I am adding this particular website for my testing. Very, very important. Scoping and targeting. Add a scope. And you can create, logics inside. We want to do what? I don't want to test this particular URL. You can tell. Within the website, there are 10 URLs. But you want to exclude some of them, you can tell me. I don't want to do that. Testing for the particular. So there is also something called certificate. Certificates are used for what? Can you go to your browser and check security, your SSL security? SSL. Go to the browser, click on the HTTPS. And say, secure. See the certificate? Yes. Click on your symbol there. No, first go to the website. Click on that. There is a secure connection. Secure. Click. Yeah. Go to secure certificate. Click. Click. Yeah. Click. you see the certificate? Here we go. Yeah? Certificate.
This one is protected.
Go here. Go here. Any website open again? Please.
Expired.
Connection. Certificate. Yeah, can you see that certificate? Yeah, right click, actually secure. So what is it that? It has got, which company, issued by whom, validity, right? What is the algorithm used for cryptography? Can you see that? This is say 225 or something. Yeah? So normally this certificate is given by the CSR, Certificate Authority Service. So it's very important you have a CSR certificate. So if you don't have SSL, secure site, you cannot browse inside. It will be leak, you don't have security. So if we have certificate, then it will become HTTPS. Otherwise it's only HTTP. So you can find the certificate. View certificate is one certificate. We don't do other than that. So you can go and run the workflow using this command. Workflow, the command next is going to open. Local. It's asking you to create a project. This is how you start. So it has come. Relax, okay. So now I go to Foxy proxy. You remember the Foxy proxy? You can install in your Pro or your browser. So that becomes your proxy settings. Then I'm trying to find out, you can download Foxy proxy. All of you maybe you can try in Google Chrome. Search for Foxy proxy. Foxy. Yeah. You install that. Download and install it. It's easy. It's installed in the Foxy proxy. Yeah. Add proxy. Download it. Foxy proxy. So you can add the proxy into your browser. Download Foxy proxy. Yeah. Yes. And add to your browser. Yes. That. Very good. Yeah, I'm doing it, right? So you click on the icon. CS install whole set install. You install Foxy proxy. Yeah, you go download Foxy proxy. Type Foxy proxy. Okay. You install. No, free version. Yeah. Standard. Basically. Okay. Hard to grow, exactly. Basic version, hard to grow. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to create a proxy server, proxy setting into your Chrome application. So it can send to the pub soup. Okay? Instead of sending everywhere, it will send to the pub soup. Then we go to your certificates, because everyone has got a certificate in settings, and you can add certificate, view certificate, whatever is available inside. Like I showed you, right? You can go and view your certificates. all of you please focus here. If somebody is in between as a proxy, okay, my connection is already secured using VPN or HTTPS. Can you still see my data? If I'm using a secure connection with the cryptography, somebody is in between, can he see my data? Yes or no?
No.
Why not? Why not?
Because the data is secure.
Data is encrypted. So what is the way I can take the data? How can I see the data? Is there any possibility? How? It's already encrypted. Yeah. Decrypted. So what I have to do is I have to have the same certificate you have it to encrypt the data. That's why certificates are important. We have the same certificate. I use the same certificate for encryption. Certificates are used for what? There is a hashing algorithm, don't check. Like SHA 255, right? You read the certificate, it tells you what is the hashing algorithm used. It's for encoding and decoding the data. Encryption and decryption. Yeah? So if we have the same code with the certificate, I can also encrypt and decrypt like you. So that's why they install the certificate in the processor. Then even if the connection is secure, I can see whatever you are typing. It's clear? Now you understand? Are you able to follow me? Even if the connection is secure, if I have a certificate, I can use the same one. Then I can decrypt and encrypt again. Okay? That's why certificates are very important. Does it make sense now? Yes? So here somebody is one example how you can do an attack. Okay. The guy is trying to, I'm going to inject this script. Just check it, there is support home page on your website. I'm going to inject the script and show it in the website. Okay. So I'm typing script alert. This is the code. Instead of typing name, I'm going to type this particular script. Can you see this? Passenger@exam.com. So he is sending something called this script. Success alert, successful script, right? So the request. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Pursuit. He is sending his name and email. When you are using any help desk, you submit your ticket number, right? This is the name, what is the problem in the website. So I'm capturing it and trying to change that request. Okay? Using Pursuit. So I open my submitting a query. So I'm coming to the site. See here, this is email and this is output. So I'm changing that into a script. Instead of email, I am changing, modifying the data. Can you see this? Okay. So I am capturing the information and modifying the email with my own script, changing the data. Are you able to see? Understand? So what is going to happen now? So when I do that, it says successful exercise. Let me explain again to you. There is a form. In the form you are supposed to enter your email and your name. You are sending it to the server. Okay? I am sitting in between as a proxy. I intercept your name, email in the header, changing your email. I remove the email, put my own script and send it to the server. Because I told you this sits in between as a proxy. So when I send instead of email, if I send a new script, JavaScript, Excel Excel script, it gives you an output like this. Successfully I've hacked. Sometimes you see in website they put this phrase, your website has been hacked. Have you seen this? You got that? You type something, you have been hacked. So how does it happen? You will think that I am only entering my data, but the reply comes that you have been hacked because they are changing using this script. You will understand? Okay. This I bypass the filter and made it. So that is a simple example. You can do that. Okay. So are you thorough with PubSoup? At least the basic things. What is PubSoup? The application? Application testing. Very good. So what are the three modes in PubSoup for you? Three different modes. Proxy, intruder, repeater. Very good. Mashallah, everybody is alert. So which mode you use for DDoS attack? I asked her. Here, intruder. Yeah? Which proxy will you use for testing? Foxy? Foxy proxy. Did you install or no? No. If you install one, then only you are passing this exam. Everybody install. Download Foxy proxy. Okay. Install. Yeah? Download and it will become your browser. So, what can happen? Whatever you are sending to a particular website, it will redirect to the PubSoup. That is what proxy is going to do. Okay? It's here. So you are hacking the Excel domain. If principal, Dr. Secretary tomorrow doctor, if anything changes, apply, apply. Real thing. So now we are getting into the practicals. See, I'm going to quickly run. We have another 1 hour. We are going to see top 10 attacks using this tool. Are you ready? 10 attack with case studies. Okay? Are you ready now? All of you. So first we saw the web application basic. Then we talk about PubSoup, the testing tool. Now we are going to actually do the testing. Different vulnerability attack. You become like a hacker now. Okay? Ethical hacker. Do the pen testing. Ready? Sir, what is OWASP? Can you search in the Google column? OWASP. Open web application. What is P for? Project. Yeah? Project, huh? Very good. So what they have done, please listen to me, what they have done, they create an open community project saying that there are a lot of applications coming every day, but we need to identify top 10 attacks. As of today, what are the top 10 attacks happening in the internet? We need to monitor and inform the users, application developer, that be careful of this attack. And don't code your application or don't do the programming with all these weaknesses. When you are doing a programming or coding, make sure you are protected from this attack, because most of the problems are from the coding. When you do the coding or packaging it, that's where the problem comes, or database, or design configuration. Okay? So it's clear now? Self-start, no OS. So that is something which is to help you, it's not a tool. It is a community which helps you and inform you that these are the attacks happening. Like World Health Organization, what does it mean? World Health Organization, what is their role? Don't know? WHO, what do they do? Huh? What do they do? WHO. They come and give vaccination. They tell how many people I killed in Africa. These people monitor the health across the globe and tell what are the top 10 problems or diseases spreading throughout the world as of today. You go to the website, you will find it. If you want to go to any travel, any country, you go and check in website, is there any pandemic happening in the particular country? Any disease? There should be precautions before I go there. So that is called WHO, World Health Organization. So the WHO of web application security is OWASP. What is that? The WHO of web application security is OWASP. You keep monitoring the site and tell, this is the problem happening, please scan. That means it making your life tough or easy. Tough. Why? It making your life easy because it tells you this is the problem you need to first fix. What is your priority? If I have to work today, I have 1,000 problems. You know, what is your priority? This is the top 10 problem. Okay? It's clear? And then they listed all these 10 problems. Can we all read together? Yes? Are you ready? Is it visible? What is the first one? I didn't hear it. Once more. Broken? What is the second one? Cryptography? Okay. What is the third one? Fourth one? Insecure? Is it a software problem or design problem? No. Design. Design means you put the diagram, the logic itself wrong. You know, we call this a design itself wrong. So it's called design. Security misconfiguration, fifth one. Means you configured not as per the proper policy or procedure. You misconfigured. What is the sixth one? It's like your mobile phone seeing the latest update, you have 10 applications waiting for you because you are not updating it frequently. What is the seventh one? Identification and authentication. When you do your username password, without, I'll tell you some attacks, without even having username password, I can access the entire database and see all the records. Can you believe that? That is called SQL injection attack. I can get your database, maybe there is a tender, government is releasing. Everybody is submitting the tender. God, this is helpful for you. There is a tender. Everybody is submitting. You want to see who is the lowest price. You do a skill which can activate all the database. That's possible. Okay. What is the ninth one? Login and the 10th one is called? What is the next one? SSR. So cybersecurity security forgery, you know? Forgery means like trying, changing it, altering it. So this is the top 10 attacks. Here. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we will finish now. Yeah, we will finish. Okay. You are on 30 minutes. Yeah. 30 minutes. So let us get into some examples. The broken access control, right? Please, 30 minutes I'm going to cover 10 attacks. Remember the resolution. You remember the resolution that was used? No, 786. So now I'm going to talk about broken access control. So what is broken access control? This is formed in 2019. You can come and check it. So yeah, broken. See here. So stealing your private YouTube one frame at a time. This is the attack. Okay. They use this attack to go to your private YouTube and take this information because there is a broken access to it. Ad.com, you are using cookies. So in YouTube we have different settings, right? Private, public, another one is what? Unlisted. In the YouTube we have it like 3 settings. So using this attack, they were able to see, download private videos. It's called broken access. Okay, this happened real time. This is the POC of that. So he's trying to get into the YouTube, which is a private YouTube. Hello? Try to download it. Even though it's not allowed for others, he's using a command to get inside. So this is running in the background, checking everything. Now it's here. You download it. It's a private video, but he's able to download and check. So how it is happening? We are going to see now. How? So for example, please all of you listen to this. I have logged into my bank, okay? Bank account. Use my username and password. First attack and and I'm saying how much money you have? $22. Very less. So what is my username ID? What is account ID? If I don't create the proper mechanism, phase 22222, it will take another data. For 2222, I should go again and log in with a different username password. Am I right? But instead of doing that, I just change here 222, I get your account. That is a vulnerability in that program coding. It's called broken access. Can you see this? All of you? Change it, I got somebody else account. I didn't log in with the username password. This is the problem with the broken access control. Means you are not putting a proper access control mechanism. I just changing the ID in the URL, I'm able to get somebody else's data. Now you got it, huh? No cookies here. The program itself, when somebody is doing it should ask to enter the username password. Again, people should not log in with the ID. People should not be able to log in with this IDs. That you should do. This is the problem with the program coding. That's why I said the coding is the main problem. It's clear? And next one, cryptography. So all of you that encrypted, right? Your email is encrypted? Yes or no? The email. Yes. Supposedly. I'm going to hack your email. Wow. Since your emails are stored in the same browser, all I can do. Okay, this is the second one called cryptography maybe. They can do something called man in the middle attack. What is it called? Man in the middle attack. So what I do, I go there, run the command file, it's okay. Database name and getting. Then I am going to select a particular customer from the database. Select from customers list. It's going to display the customer data. So we can see the table in this format: customer ID, customer name, credit card information. Can you see that? This is the credit card information, and this is the password. See the password? So I pull from the database, I can see his name, credit card data, and the password. Okay. So the other method is you can actually use the tool free password as cracker. So you went into the database, you took the password. Password is clear or encrypted. That encrypted is called hash. Cryptography. So anybody think they will be able to know the password? No. But you can use a tool called, what is the tool is called? Free password hash cracker. So you take the hash, give it to the tool, it will tell you what is the password. It does the entire crack. for you. Okay? Free password as cracker. So it's saying it's a password, MD5, this is the hash. So it crack and give the password. Password is the password. Pass the testing. So is it clear? How I can take the cryptography, take the hash and do that. And that's something called anonymous injection. What is injection? Add to the normal commands, right? Add it to the extra, and the extra. So what is common injection? We call, command line or code example, and then you know. So this is the PHP code. We have it. Okay, you can see the PHP code. So now let me tell you now. So this is the website. It's saying this is the information you are going to get. Saying that user default try hacking. This is the input which is entered. See, this is the HTML file you are seeing. But when you enter, this is the code that will be sent. It's clear? The code is what? User, website, and default, and this is the information you are seeing. You saw the HTML header already, the format. So it's going to go there. Okay, it's good. Now what I'm going to do is simply I'm going to exploit. Okay, I'm going to find out using a command who is accessing this site. Okay, and this guy, and the command is called execute command. So I come echo my username is $, it's going to be my username. It's a command name into it. Return the username. It's called code injection. So I'm going to use the same window where you are entering your detail in the website to fetch some other information. You are going to the website saying that enter your detail, right? You are entering your name. But what if I am using that same prompt to send a command and take some other information? You got it, right? I should enter try me. Instead of try me, I'm going to say execute who am I, the command. So it can give you all the user data. This is called injection. Okay? See here? It should be something. So if I add a symbol called dollar and the colon, this is going to inject as a command and it will give me the output. What is that? Apache is the value. So you are not giving a normal data, you are giving a command inside. Like you are going to the command prompt saying that ls -n, directive. So send it. So I can go and change it and run all the commands from this. So this is called command. The other one is called insecure design. Okay. Many a time you do password reset in your website, right? Password reset. What it asks? It asks you to send a OTP. Is that right? You're right. So what if I can guess that OTP number? I can use something called OTP cracker. Okay. Here you have programmed, it's a 6-digit code, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And you are saying the person can type up to 250 times. 250 times. Right now we do in your website, we do more than 2 to 3 times, it blocks, right? It blocks. If you go to the bank, you try to do 3 times wrong entry, call your bank. Support. Because they don't allow the tracking. Otherwise, you can use the tool, I can guess the password, I can get inside. So if I use almost, if you do 251 times, it will block. But till 250 times I can try it. Okay? So I am going to use something called, can you say this? try from different places until I can take the guess the password or OTP. The next one is called security misconfiguration. What is security misconfiguration? Let's see one example. So, poorly configured permission. You do not configure the proper permission. Unnecessary features enabled. You enable a lot of features. You have to pay. You are using a default account. What does it mean? If you go to most of the devices, they say admin is username, password is what? Admin at 123. Yeah? Zero password. Huh? Others. So this is the default password comes to the devices. We never reset it. We actually there is a lab in Google. We go and search something called there is a command. Go to Google, advanced search. We do something called CCTV, Siemens or Samsung, and with this parameter you search. It gives you all the list. That means you click on the URL, you can see the video of inside the home. I can use some code to find out in the internet which are the CCTV cameras are available with the default password. And I can kill the particular URL. I can see what is inside the office, home, mall. I can watch. We do this as an example in the lab. It's called discovery. Using Google, it's called Google hacking. Use Google to hack somebody else using a search command. Google Dark, it's called Google Dark. DARK. It will give you all the, something I saw some, office inside video, somebody's home video, because you're not secure. There are thousands of machines scanning you every day. Do you know that? Thousands of sites which is scanning you every day to see any vulnerability here. If there is a vulnerable, they take your information and treat that. So I don't have to search you. I go to the site, find these are the sites available for me to hack. Already vulnerable. So this is called insecure misconfiguration. Okay. Then outdated. You are not updating the word software. You are now right now which WhatsApp you are using? Which version? Can you check it? Can you check it your WhatsApp version? WhatsApp the version. Go to your settings, WhatsApp. You can help. If you go to help, it says to the top. 2 point. 2.4. 0.5 or 4? 3.82. What about you? Yeah, you are just 5.82. That's it. Yeah. What is it? 5.74. You are 3. We give you their phone. So anybody wants their phone, we can take it. So everybody using 5.76 is using 3.0. Now I want to hack your I want to hack your WhatsApp, you have any personal information? No. WhatsApp you will not use it, right? No photos, no nothing, no passwords. Your bank details. Something you share with them. This password to your friends. No? Okay. I'll show you now. All of you have seen this. See, it's pretty powerful. This is, which version are you using? So anyway, I don't want to bother too much. So I'm going to show you one website how you can hack WhatsApp for word origin.
Okay.
So what they do, you go to exploit DB. Okay. This has got all the database of the vulnerabilities of the word origin. You select WhatsApp, it will tell you how to hack. You don't have a script. There will be a script. You download, run it, then you get it saved. So you don't require a coding language. You don't need to be a programmer. You don't need even understand security. Just go and run the command, and I can get the information from your WhatsApp. Happy? Okay? Exploit it. No, you search for which one will be right. So it tells you which version. Let me show you something. So what is it? What is exploit DB? May you see this? Okay. This is all the exploits available here mentioned here. I will search for one. Can you see these are all related to WhatsApp? You ask me, am I right? Who is this? Huh? I search for WhatsApp. 2.9 remote code execution. If somebody is using 2.9, okay, all of you please listen to me very carefully. Click here. 2.9. So thank God somebody has said 3.5 is there, I can download. So it tells me what is the problem. Okay? Introduction is native code file needs to complement with the permission, okay? So what is going to do? You are going to start. So you need to download the next file. Can you see this? Why? Your number is not. Your number is with me now. She's now afraid. Why is that? Remember this number here. Okay? So you got it. So you download the exploit and tells you what to do. Change it and run it. Maybe probably you need a Linux machine to as a command, as a script you have to run. Okay? No. It's okay. But I'm going to read this procedure. You need to download, run from the Linux, Kali Linux. You have the script run it, it will go on, connect. Not here. So now let me tell you, if you go to Google and say, search your WhatsApp 0-day attack. Google. WhatsApp 0-day attack. WhatsApp. Google. Search 0-day attack. Day attack. WhatsApp. Search in Google. WhatsApp space 0-day attack. 0-day attack. Yeah, expert NSO group, right? 2024, click on that. NSO group. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. WhatsApp 0-day exploit in NSO group. Right? WhatsApp 0-day attack. see WhatsApp 0. Yeah, it's the SC media. So what they are saying, in 2024 December, NSO Group, which is an Israeli company, they created a software called Pegasus. Okay. What they did? They created an exploit with a simple missed call to your WhatsApp number. They can hack your WhatsApp. That is the message. I am not telling you. Read this news. Read this news. So all your information in the WhatsApp can be easily hacked. Did you see that? Yeah? And also, so another example for you that your application, you are not updating to the latest one, you keep still the old one, there is a potential opportunity for hackers to take the data. Now we are very careful. I'm doing auto update every day night. Enable this auto update. At least. Yeah, you're in dangerous one. So imagine, see, this is beauty. This vulnerability is exploited. System is already tested. You don't have to copy and paste it. That's it. You don't require even programming language. Clear? Very clear? Very clear. See here, he is doing that exploit, a particular database, downloading it, then it's going to come and run in the command prompt. See here, you need to run that as a command prompt, not as a file. You need to run as a command prompt. Then it is going to remote code execution. Then identification, authentication failure, you have under 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah. So this is another attack where I can do guess your password using brute force attack. Then the last one is the integrity, software integrity, where you remember this hash MD5 secure code, all of them I can collect and understand and use it. Integrity failures. Can you see here this screen? I am sending a request to the server. Okay, my website.com. For Java, I am getting into another site called java.com. The user is the username, but what I am going to do, I am going to change the username into payload. Can you see the payload? I can go and modify it. This is the header, this is the payload. So instead of normal one, I am setting as an admin. So I can take all the information related to admin login. So the last one, server side origin. This is very interesting. This last one we are going in, but very interesting one. Just check it. See the picture I will explain. So what I am going to do, I am sending a request to a server saying hello. Okay? So it should come to www.mysite.com. This is what is there. But what happens when it comes, I am also using third-party server for API. Like when you go to bank, or when you go to any online e-commerce site, when you do a checkout, it has to connect with the bank for your credit card. Am I right? They have to get the account, it has to connect to the API. They use something called API to connect your e-commerce site to the bank so that the money will be deducted. Is it happening or not? Every day you are doing it. You go and says, are you using your touch right? So it's going to go to another side. That is called API, application programming interface. So if I can change this one, instead of sending to somebody, if it sends to myself, I can correct the data. This is called forgery. Okay? I can change the API keys. What I am going to do, I'm going to change that particular APIs and change it to my site, my server, so I can connect the database. You got it? So it's called instead of going to the site, I will redirect to another site. Instead of going to X, I'm going to Y. How? I am changing the URL, the value inside. Okay? This is called server-side forgery. Does it happen in the client, not in the browser, but it's here. What does it mean? Tomorrow you are going to, let us say, icmbbank.com. Site is good, but I already had ICMB. Let us say, I go and change the code in ICMB to my website. So whenever you log in, it's not the data from ICMB server, it's from my website. You got my point? So I can collect all your username, database, details. That is called server-side forgery. Okay? So this is almost the top 10 attacks you see. So let me just quickly wrap up another 5 minutes. We have seen 10 attacks. Is that right? All of them are very simple, easy to understand. Is it not? Let's go back. So what is broken access control? Anyone remember? You change 11112 to 2222. Remember? Cryptography. I took the hash file and we took hash cracker, password hash cracker. Yeah? Injection. I added a dollar symbol and get inside the database. Right? Insecure design. The design is still wrong. Right? Misconfiguration like S3 bucket, cloud. Vulnerable. WhatsApp. You remember? Authentication bypass. Instead of username password, I can change it to different ones. So admin I can use. Software integrity. Hash function again. Logging function. Secure site forgery is about how the server can redirect to a different site. All these things are clear for you. At least the concept I saw some examples. Right? And what else we have seen? We started with web application basics. What is HTML? What is the CSS? What is JavaScript? How the anatomy of the URL? What is header, footer? What is the value you have? What are the different commands like put, get, post, JSON, XML? You understand? Then the most important thing is what? Pursuit is like your doctor's stethoscope. You go and test what problem you have. So we have tested everything, right? Yes, you go. Then we saw the top analysis. So now all you become web application pen tester. Congratulations. Are you happy? Yeah? At least you understood the job, but practicals you need to download and do it. Okay? So any questions? You want to try? No, we do it as a pen tester. We did for government, we did for telecom. Yeah, bank. We went inside the bank, oil companies. But with their permission. We call it ethical hacking. Okay, they give us a project, we have to do it and tell them what is the problem there. They pay money. Okay? So it's part of the project. Any questions? Can you all install Pursuit? Tomorrow, tomorrow, try to download Pursuit. So you can practice. Yeah. OWASP, exactly. Now you at least you know OWASP and Pursuit. Yeah? Yeah, tool. Any questions here? You liked it? It was easy? Easy and good, huh? Okay, very good. Any other questions? We can close. There is no other questions. Thank you very much. I think it was a really wonderful audience. You are interacting, and you also, I can see that more keen about knowing about vulnerability attack because it's related to their WhatsApp. So the most vulnerable person in the room is that can happen. Today she will not sleep. Before she leaves the room, she will update the WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you very much and wish you all the best. Okay. Let's have one group photo. I'll try to send some certificate from your side to him, give all your names, email, we'll give you a participation certificate.